got a second implicit differentiation example. This usually shows up in differential equations problems. So you might not necessarily see this in the same place as some of your other implicit problems, but it's another place that it surfaces. So sometimes they'll give you a differential equation. And you might be looking at thinking, oh, I've got to integrate and separate variables or something like that. But you notice this question does not ask you to solve for y. It asks you to find the second derivative. The first derivative is this, okay? So you really can just take the derivative over here. But there's going to be one little twist. Let me show you. So the second derivative would be written as d squared y dx squared, okay? On this side, you take the derivative of 5y with respect to x, and so the derivative of 5y would be 5 times the derivative of y with respect to x. So you're going to get a dy dx there, okay? And then plus derivative of 4x is 4 times dx dx. And of course, remember, dx dx is equal to 1. So when we simplify this down, we just get something that looks like this, okay? Most of these problems, there's going to be some kind of a follow-up, like maybe they'll say something like, is this function concave up or concave down at the point 1, 3, or something like that. You don't want to leave a dy dx in an equation, okay? They were working with x and y variables. We really want values in terms of x, especially if they said, is it concave up or concave down at the point 1, 3, and you wanted to be able to substitute that in, and you don't know what to substitute in for that. Okay, if they ask you to do this, keep in mind something. They told us dy dx is 5y plus 4x up here. So once you've done this, you can actually take out that dy dx, and you can replace the dy dx with, dy dx is the same thing as 5y plus 4x, and then they're adding 4. And so anyway, the second derivative ends up being 25y plus 20x plus 4, that's the final second derivative. So anyway, just kind of a variation on things that you'll see, a little bit more common in the free response questions than the multiple choice. Of course, in the 2020 AP exam, that's what we've got to deal with. So I thought you should see that example.